Welcome to day one of taking apart this used fifth wheel trailer to turn it into a traveling version of the Office of Collecting and Design. I got a good deal on this trailer because the last owner was a smoker, so the whole thing smells quite strongly. I actually don't mind cigarette smoke, but this was extreme. I'm hoping, since I will essentially be removing most of the interior, that the smell will go away. Fingers crossed. First order of business was to remove the smelly couches, chairs, and dining set. There was a single screw that was impossible to reach and really holding us up. We didn't have an electrical hookup, so it was so warm in the trailer. Oh my stars. Hence my lobster red face.
How's it going?
It's so close.
Is it out?
I got it out. It's here. Thank you. Okay, some treasures were lost. A barrette and a bread tag.
Eventually, I got it, and we were able to get those things out of there. Next up was the couch. We needed a little extra manpower for that, so I asked some of my neighbors for help. They were so great about it. Since I already had a buyer lined up for the microwave, the oven, and the fridge, we figured we'd remove those appliances and their surrounding cabinets first. Removing the appliances was a cinch, but man, oh man, did we underestimate the sheer number of screws in the cabinets. Not to mention the impossibility of their placement. Since trailers are mostly built from the inside out, many of the screws were facing completely the wrong direction, and we had to use a short little screwdriver to get them out. It was exhausting. We ended up giving up early due to heat and overwhelm. But we were back bright and early the next day. We finally got that upper cabinet out, and we got the stove out pretty easily. But then my husband had to make a trip to the hardware store to get a cap for the propane line, so I just continued to slog away taking out screws that were holding the counter in place. This is sped up so many hundreds of times. Having to take out these screws by hand in these contorted positions was not a joy. When my husband got back, we ended up having to break up the countertop in order to get it out of there. Luckily, I wasn't planning to reuse it. We also took out the TV and the false wall from the quote-unquote entertainment center. Meanwhile, in the bedroom, I removed the second TV and started on the cabinetry.
All right, so I'm trying to remove this cabinet, and I have taken out screws all along here. And I've taken out screws along here, and I've taken out screws all along here. And I'm like, why is this still not budging? And then, look, this is a fake panel. There's a fake panel right here, which no doubt is hiding more screws. Why? Who knows? Why did this cabinet need to be secured so securely? We're gonna see what's behind this fake paneling here. But seriously, what is back here and why can't I get to it? My husband finally took a crowbar to the false panel back here, and sure enough, there are more screws, but also that hole, which they covered so nicely with the false panel. Thank you.
Once we'd gotten the false panel out, it was easy. Next up was removing the bed. Took some finagling to get the mattress out of that tiny space.
The big reveal, whether we find out whether this space is usable or not. So this is just a box. That's good. At least that can come out. But what is back there? We'll only know once we get further along.
Also, I realized that I keep recording vertically and that my angles are terrible. I promise I'll try to get better shots next time. As a filmmaker, I'm embarrassed by how shoddy this all looks.
So we removed the bed, which was here. And as expected, this is unusable space. I mean, it's not unusable, it's just not usable the way I was hoping, but that's okay. I have a secondary plan that accounted for the possibility that this was not going to be empty. So stay tuned for that.
We've actually gotten much better at finding the screws and getting these built-in pieces removed. And don't worry, I have plans to reuse as much of this stuff as I can. It isn't all just going in the trash. It took me an inordinate amount of time to remove this shelf. As usual, my husband ended up swooping in at the last second and making it look like he saved me, but in reality, I had already done all the hard work. Seriously. It's astonishing how many of these screws were already stripped when we started the demo. Finally, we started pulling out the carpet. It was so gross that I forgot to film it. I'm sorry, because it was actually so rewarding, and it already smells so much better in here.
All right, guys, so we took out the bed, took out the carpet, took out the whole TV center and dresser out here. It's disgusting, and there are a million staples in this floor that we're gonna have to pull up, but it's a blank slate. We also, so this is all wallpaper on this side, which I think we can peel off, hopefully, but this is like a board that's attached to the wall, like it's one and the same. So we're gonna have to figure out what to do, whether we replace this completely or I don't know. Lots of mysteries to figure out, but look at this blank slate. So exciting. Also so gross and dirty. So these carpet stairs were carpeted before they were put in. So in order to remove the carpet, we actually have to take the stairs out, the treads, and we're just gonna cut new ones because they're in terrible, disgusting shape. So my husband did the very hard work of finding the screws the first time, and then this time we knew where they were, so we just went straight for them. And it was easy. And now I'm gonna take this outside and we're gonna cut a new one. I just realized I should probably be doing this horizontally for YouTube. Demolition first. So yesterday we took out the dining table and chairs. We took out these two giant sofa things here. We took out a giant couch back there. Today we took out the TV and the false wall. We took out the stove and the microwave and the countertop, which took forever. You can see just how much nicotine was smoked in this unit because yeah, that was the exposed wallpaper, and this was all covered with cabinetry. And it's so yellow and gross. Ugh. It really smelled in here. So the biggest thing that we did with the smell was that we took up all of this carpet and we took out the bed. So now this will be, all ready for building out. I mean, we still have a lot of cleaning to do, obviously. Got to take the wallpaper down. The valances and the shades will eventually come down, but they are currently important because we need the shade desperately. It's still very hot here. But yeah, we made a lot of progress. The fact that this room is basically empty is really exciting. So we still have that entire room back there, and obviously still a ton of work in here, but it was good progress. It was a long day. We've got a lot to do, but I'm proud of us.